What? You got no tunes in here? What's the deal? What is this? That thing back there you're pointing at, that's chrome, so that adds 10 horsepower. That's a, that's a coil. So, but what I was really impressed with is this thing's original, all right, because check out the dirt daubers down here. Still on the frame. See?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now, I ain't a-riding in that thing if you ain't got no tunes. Need some speakers. Let's see. You guys probably know how to do this. Oh, there we go. Welcome to RCindustry. Well, hey, it's Rick here. And today, I thought maybe we'd get back here on the old war wagon and let's see if we can get some tunes in that thing. Because it's kind of boring driving down the road listening to all that cool muffler sound we have on there. And, you can't be blasting out no Hank Williams Jr. or something. I mean, what's the deal with that? Anyway, let's see what we can do once with that. I bought this thing on Marketplace here a while back. Well, that's the CB radio. We may have put that in there too. But I bought this little duker here. And it's even got this fancy little storage compartment underneath of it. But it's an AM/FM CD player, and it actually works. So anyway, thought maybe I might put that in there. We got to come up with some kind of speakers, though, because I ain't got none of them. I mean, if you'd look at all this junk I got here, T-shirts and just tools and I don't know what all, but I don't have, and even up there and all that stuff, I just don't have any speakers. Well, we could, but we ain't got no speakers. Need some speakers. I literally don't know how this dash comes apart. So I'm guessing these little screws come out of here. I don't know. I mean, I know how to take this piece off, because we did that on the 75, but to just get inside of here, I'm hoping that these little dukers here are what we need to take apart, But I just really don't know. Let's see here. We're probably screwing up. Is that a coming out of there? Oh, I think that's all one piece. Okay, well, I didn't know that. Let's see if we can get this one out of here. We need a longer screwdriver. Let's get that Huntingburg screwdriver out of there. Yeah, that'll work. We should have brought our little magnet thing to put these screws in. I didn't think about that. We'll get them later. There's another one over here. Now, if I were a betting man, I'd bet there's some screws along the bottom down here somewhere. But oh, yep, right there. I bet you there's one right there. Or is that a light bulb? Heck, I don't know. Nope, that's a screw. Let's get that one out of there. I should have got my screw gun. What the heck? This thing was made so you could, put your stereo and your radio in and out, in the backyard. Kind of like it was meant to be. Instead of these new vehicles that you got to have programmed and all that, I know people used to steal everybody's stereo systems back in the day, but, you just get a bigger gun. That's all you can do. Now, I think this thing over here, because I put this in, and I think there's a screw back up under here, so I'm going to have to take that out. So, all right, show you more. I got that thing last year for Father's Day, and that is a handy little dude right there. You can just throw them screws right up in there. Whoop, that one didn't stick. Maybe it's plastic. No, it's metal. But then your screws don't fall off. You can even stick the screwdriver on there, I think. Well, sort of. Oh, yeah, now I can't even get it off there. Oh, brother. Well, I think I got all the screws out. I had to take all that loose because I'm the one that put that in. Oh, yeah, she comes right out of there now, I think. It's a wanting to. I believe it's a wanting to. There we go. Look at that. Oh, so that's what that light, there's supposed to be a transfer case light there and a fuel pacer and fasten seat belts. Well, I ain't never seen them lights come on before. And the fuel pincher one or whatever, it ain't got no, but them two's got bulbs in them, but I don't know if they're hooked up to anything or not. What's that? That looks important. That is a picture of somebody's arm. Well, right there. They must have had a picture of their grandson or girlfriend or something stuffed down in there. And anyway, there it is. Yeah, the air conditioning ducts aren't really hooked up to anything anymore. So, and since it doesn't have air in it, well, that one's still got one hooked up there, I guess. I don't know. All right. Well, let's you know, now that I've got this off of here, why don't we see if we can, you know, do something with this. This thing's kind of ugly. That's ugly. All right, show you more. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is get me some soap here, some of that, and we're going to clean this thing up a little bit because it is nasty. I don't know, but it looks like, to me, this thing was originally maybe black, and then it was, or maybe this was the factory color, because this silvery stuff is definitely been painted over this color, and then under this color is black. So you guys comment down below. Maybe you know more about this. Anyway, we're going to have to do something about this now, because if we put the radio in there, well, you know, this thing is, it's just ugly. All right, show you more. Okay, well, so what we got there is the brackets off that radio. CD player, Kenwood thingy. They just weren't right. This thing was bent the wrong way, and so, yeah, we had to make some modifications. So let's go see what we got. Earlier, I wound up having to take this little compartment thing off the bottom of it because there's just not enough space in here. I thought maybe there would be, but there isn't. So I bent this other bracket so that we can screw that on there just like that. And now we've got to get the other side bracket on here, and then we're going to have to make a little extension piece so it'll screw into here. So, all right, let's see what we can do. Make us take some of this old strapping here, you know, and we're going to make us a little short piece. And I'm just bending that back and forth, guys. And it, see? Look at that. Wherever those, there. Can you see that? Yeah, look at that thing. All right, let's see what we can do with that. I've got the one mounted up here. So this one, we're going to put a small little bolt, like a flathead screw with a bolt on the backside, and screw into that, and then we'll raise that up and we'll run a screw in there, and that'll hold that side solid. So that's what we're going to do. All right, show you more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this Rust-O-Matic. This is a black color, but it's got a lot, I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a lot of sparkles in it there, like a metal flake or something. That's what I would have called it in the day. And I'm going to take this tape, and we're going to tape off this right through here because I don't want to put paint over that. And then I'm just going to touch up the black areas down in here, you know, like this part, and we'll probably go back across here, and I'll probably spray around this to get these black here. I don't know that they're supposed to be, but... And then I'm going to come in with some silver paint, and I'm going to paint this, I think, silver. So we'll see. But I'm going to get this black first done, and then we'll go from there. All right, show you more. Okay, we'll let that kind of set and dry, and then we'll put some more on it. All right, show you more. Well, it turns out that I guess that was a textured paint that I had. I didn't really pay any attention to that. So, what I think I'm going to do is just go ahead and spray the whole thing black, because it almost looks like a, I don't know, a hammered metal or something. It's kind of cool looking. It was definitely ugly before, so... Anyway, I think I'll spray a little bit of that all over that whole thing. And then we still might go over it with some silver, but it'll at least give it all the same unique, strange, I don't know. Hey, it was just an experiment, guys. Show you more. Well, Gunnar, well, why do you have snow on you? Has it snowed? Oh, my lands. It was 70. And today, we're going to have to plug in our little heater here that we repaired on the channel a few years ago. A lot of you have watched that video. In fact, about 8,000 of you. So, anyway, we're going to plug this thing in, see if it still works. You know, it wasn't working too good there for a while, and then we had to do some work to it. Do you got snow on you too, little missy? Come here. Yes. Oh, she's quick. Let's see. Let's put this thing on. Oh, 600 watts. That ought to keep it. We just keep this thing from getting so frozen out here. Yeah. Because I keep all the paint and everything up here. So, and this ceiling in this part of the garage is insulated. So, anyway, yeah. Well, what a bummer. Was planning on working the war wagon today. Ooh, got dark in here, didn't it? So I guess, well, the little one's got to take a pee-pee. So I guess that we will have to work on it in the snow. My goodness. So yeah. I don't even have the blade on the tractor yet. All right, well, let's go see what we can do. The old war wagon's got snow on her. Boy. You remember, it was just yesterday we were right here painting that instrument cluster bezel or whatever it is. I think we'll be working inside today. Here's how the instrument cluster turned out yesterday. If I can get this camera to cooperate. It don't like the snow either. But you can see it just kind of... But we got the parts that I wanted black done. And so I'm going to take some silver paint today. Or if I have any, I don't know what I've got. But I'm going to get some kind of paint going on this part. And then... we'll go out there and see if we can get that put back in. Okay, well, what we got here is I did find some aluminum paint, so we're going to shake that up and stir it up, because this stuff, you got to keep it stirred all the time. So, and I got these things because this stuff gets all over everything. And we got some towels, and what I want to try to do is take one of these little brushes, and I want to paint this outer edge around each one of these, and then we'll paint this inner piece silver, and then we're going to let that dry, and we'll get out there and finish the bracket on the radio that we installed, or the radio CD player thingy, whatever. So it's early, bear with me, but it's snowing outside. What is the deal? All right, so let's get a little, and we're just, well, let me turn Dylan down here a minute. So what we're doing here is just painting this little ring around each one of these little instrument cluster thingy jobbies. And you know, a lot of you might say, why in the world would you waste your time? Well, I like to make things just like brand used, and I kind of think this is probably how I would do this. So if we get that right here, let's see here. Just like that right there. There. See, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Anyway, all right, I'm going to do the rest of this, and then whenever we get ready to put this part on, well, I'll show you. All right, show you more. Okay, so what we got here is a paintbrush, and like I said, I like to keep this paint stirred up a little. So we're just going to come in here, and we don't want to paint everything. We want to leave that black kind of how it is. You know, down in these little areas here, I don't want to put any silver down in there. I'm just going to kind of lightly go around this. Again, leaving that black down in there, so it gets a little dimension, a little depth, I don't know, some kind of fancy words like that. And just remember, if you do mess up, I mean, you know, it's easy to fix, so. All right, I'm going to continue on with this, and I'll show you when I get done. Okay, well, this is how it turned out, guys, and I think it looks just like brand used. Show you more. Okay, well, what we got here is, we talked about this yesterday, and I made this little short piece out of that strap, and we are going to go in, bolt that in, and then stick that down in here and snug it up to the plastic dash piece there, and then we'll take and put in the this bezel here that we got. So, all right, let's go see if we can get that done. Now, I don't know, these are pretty fair weather puppies here, so I don't know if they're actually going to help today or not. Are you going to help, Tallulah? Probably not, because it definitely snowed, like I said before. So, but it has quit snowing, and it almost looks like the sun is maybe trying to come out. So, I don't know. I doubt it. But let's see what we got here. Now, I know, let me try to set you down here. Now, I know pretty much for sure that this will screw into this. We have to get this little thing here through there. Trying to thread that. There we go. Took a little bit of doing. My fingers is kind of cold out here. Let's see here once if we can get this tightened down on there. Similar to that, and then I think we can screw that. Let's bend it around a little, kind of get that down in there, like so. That ain't too bad there. Let's see if that other screw that we got here will screw that to the dash. And of course, if it will, you know, this is just a mock-up, because we still got to hook up some speakers, which we have not found totally yet. Let's see, that's not wanting to screw in there. Let's see here. Oh, it's because it needs to go up in that other one. Well, isn't that handy? There we go. We may have to modify our bracket here a little bit. There, that's in there now. And let's just see if we can pry this down a little bit, because it really needs to go back and down, like so. Yeah, something like that. Well, that's not exactly, but you know what? That looks just like brand new to me. That don't look so bad. And we'll get that cover on there. Now, what we got to do, one of the things we got to do is we got to ensure that we can get to the plug back there, because we got to put speakers in this. So let me get and see if I can reach up in there. And if we can go ahead and put this dash back in here. So, all right, show you more. Okay, so we're going to take this plug that snaps in the back of this radio over here. And I went up in here in the dash and I found the actual original. I don't know if you can see it back here. Let me get my light. There's the original plug, and we've got a switched 12 volts on that, which is what this CB radio AM FM thing would have required. Now, this thing requires a switched 12 volt, but it also has to have a constant 12 volt. I assume that's probably for the radio or for the clock. So we'll have to run one of those, and then we're going to have to hook up some speakers or some speaker wire onto here. And then once we get all that hooked onto here, then we can run that up onto the dash, plug that 12 volts in over here, and then we got to make sure we got a ground, which we do. We've got an extra ground right here, so that won't be a problem. And then we can actually slip all this back in here. Then we can add speakers to it once we find some speakers. Because I went to a yard sale Friday, when we first started talking about this. Yeah, because it snowed yesterday. Today's Sunday, by the way. So we didn't get a whole lot done to the truck yesterday. But anyway, trying to catch you up here. So basically what I got one speaker. So that's not enough. We got to figure out something. So if I can get the wiring run, get the dash put back together, at least I can drive the truck. So, all right, show you more. Okay, well, what we're going to do, since it's so cold, is we're going to set in here. Whoops, let's hit that camera right. And we're going to take the tools here and the little doogie whoppers, and we're going to, you know, put some wires on the end of this and extend these out just a little bit. So, anyway, let me get this done. You've seen me do it before. I'm not going to do anything fancy. Just use these little crimp-ons. Got some strippers here. And then we'll tape it all up with some of this, you know, Dollar General black tape. So, all right, show you more. Okay, well, what we got here is, let me switch you around over here. Okay, so what we got here is we got our connector that goes on the back of the doogie whopper radio thingy, and you know, I only paid $15 for this thing at the yard sale. So if you see that little broken out piece right there, that is the right side ground for the speaker, so, or whatever. So we're not going to have all of the rear speakers, but we don't even have any speakers at all anyway. So, but I did wire in, oops, dropped it on the floor. Ugh. I did wire in speaker wires for the front, and so, I mean, we got enough to make some noise in here, and that's kind of what I was going for. So, let's get this thing mounted back up in there with the plug plugged into the back of it, and the wires ran up underneath, and then we can hook everything up later. Now, I did make little short runs here, as you can see, for the ground and the switched hot. and we'll plug those in before we put the radio in. So, all right, show you more. Okay, well, we got that luxury item in there. So let's see once if we can get this freshly remanufactured fancy whatchamacallit put in here. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to wipe off this glass. Let me get some glass cleaner. All right, show you more. You know, we can't be making this thing like brand used if we don't make this thing over here like brand used. So let's get us some cleaner here and kind of clean around on that a little. And these bottom two gauges over here, they're not used because we have the old oil gauge didn't work, and the temp gauge, I don't think it was working either. If I remember right, we'll have to go back and look at some of the video, but it's kind of why I put in the ones I did. So, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this high-speed Gorilla Tape here, and we're going to black out this thing over here. Let me get you up here where you can see what I'm talking about. So we're not using these. We're using these ones that are mounted here. So we're going to take this tape, and you know, we're just going to lay that across there like so. Just like that. And then that'll just look blacked out. In fact, we may put a RCindustry sticker there. All right, let's see if we can get this thing put in here. If I'd learned how to use this camera, why, I'm telling you, we would just have $1 million. But I just can't figure it out sometimes. All right, so let's see if we can get this in here without tearing everything up. We've got to hook up this blower vent thingy over here on this side, just like so, and that should go right in there. I'll get this one in there without breaking it. There we go. Look at there, just went right in, just like nobody's business. Of course, this kind of looks rough right here, but we just won't look at that. So, all right, let me get the screws in this, and I'll get the these gauges put back up here where they go. I don't know if you can see them. They're dangling right there. So we'll get them put in, and then we'll take a check and see if the thing actually works. All right, show you more. Oh, I don't know why this is so hard. This came right out of here, and I don't know if that's the right screw for that or not. I don't remember. It ain't acting like it. Let's see here. Well, I don't think that's the right one. Maybe these go down here. I don't know. Why didn't I put them... Whoops. How's come I didn't put them over here in this thing? That's what I don't understand. So I don't know where those came from for sure. So we'll put those down there and act like we didn't see them. Now these little bitty ones, I think that's the ones that went up here. I was trying to put that great big long thing up there and realized that ain't going to work because it'll just run through the top of the dash pad. Yeah, there, that one goes there. There's probably supposed to be 4 of these. I only got 2, so we're going to put them in. Okay, and then we got all of this stuff yet to do. Let's see what we got here. Got these dukers. I don't know. I think these ones were at the bottom. Excuse me. Goodness. Okay, let's try this. Okay, that worked. Okay. Let's see now. Yeah, well, I think you'll have that sometimes. I don't know. I'm going to have some extras left over, I think. Well, I just don't know. All right, I'm going to finish putting these in, and then we'll get you caught up. Show you more. Well, okay, so we got our brand used looking dash there, and we got, like I said, we blacked those out. You saw us do that. So we got our gauges here that replaced these two. And, you know, we got a gap here, but maybe I'll come up with, you know, something to put in there. And so what we're going to do here, and I told you a while ago that I bought a speaker at a garage sale. They only had one. It's too bad. So, $2. I probably overpaid for that. I can remember a time when you could go to 3D and get a Spark-O-Matic set of speakers for $15, and I thought that was outrageous. So, you can't buy nothing like that now. But anyway, let's hook this up to one of those left or rights there, and let's see if it makes any noise. All right. Show you more. Let's see, we got a left and a right. Well, I don't like being on the left, so let's go throw that over there. And let's hook these babies up. I ain't going to make them permanent. We just want to see if it's going to work, because, you know, I got to get some speakers. I don't know. I'm going to have to try to find some. But let's just twist that up a little bit there. Twist this one on here a little. Okay, that ought to do for now. Now let's get up here. Whoops, that's the wrong way. Let's get it. Whoops, still wrong way. I don't need a picture of my feet. So let's get up here and see if we can make this work. All right. Got the key on. And it says tune. Oh, I hear something. Let's see. Tune. How do you tune this? That's volume. Oops. Easy, pop, rock, flat. Yeah. This thing's got way more features than I know how to mess with. That's for sure. Now, that's the equalizer. Well, how did I get it on that? How about... There we go. Let's try that. How do we... It's volume. Let's see. You guys probably know how to do this. Oh, there well, there we go. Entonces yo daré la media vuelta y me iré con el sol cuando muera la tarde. Haz porque yo quiero. The old girl is back to running, and now we got some volume with some tunes. Let's see if we can get this down off the fast idle. Oh, she died. I figured it would. It's not warm yet. You can see here it's not been running long enough. Still showing cold, but we'll shut her off. And anyway, thanks for coming along today. And, you know, it took a little longer than I thought because we wound up not just putting the radio in it, but we had to, you know, massage that dash a little bit and make it look just like brand used. And, you know, that's kind of what we do here. So, anyway, thanks for coming along. And be sure and like and share. And, you know, we're all over the place. We're on Rumble. You know, we're on Pop Talk, we're on Facebook, we're on the Instagram, we're on MeWe. I mean, if you can't get a hold of us, you ain't trying. And remember, you can go down there in the description below, and if you send me one of your stickers from your channel, or from whatever it is you do, we'll get you a sticker in the mail coming back at you. So, anyway, thanks for coming along, and thanks for subscribing, all of you folks that have subscribed. Thank you so much for that. We're getting up there. We're 223 subscriptions away from 1,000, and that's our goal. I don't know if we're going to make it by December 31st. That was our goal, you know. Way back we talked about that, but we're going to do the best we can. So, again, thanks for subscribing. Be sure and like and share. And just like always, man, we're making it just like brand used.
was walking down the street. I was minding my own affair.
Run, Tallulah, run!
Hi, baby.